The thing about old reviews of products is that as people use them, more frustrations or delights become apparent that weren't obvious at the time of the product's release. Well, 8 months ago, we reviewed ResMed's X30i mask before it hit the market. We thought the mask was pretty innovative with its pillows and special diffuser added to a hybrid mask for mouth breathing. We said at the time that this was a quick review based on what we could see from the sample mask that we had, and we promised a full review once it had been on the market for a while. Well, this is that full review that we promised. So, is it as good as we tentatively thought it looked? Keep watching to find out. Hi, it's the RespShop guy, Ruben here, back with another product review. RespShop are an 18-year-old one-stop shop for everything CPAP, and we keep the CPAP community informed on the latest CPAP tech, info on getting better sleep, and general sleep apnea know-how through this YouTube channel, as well as on our Facebook and Instagram pages. So, subscribe if that sounds like your thing, and thank you for the support. Now, let's get started. Well, here it is, ResMed's AirFit X30i. It's very similar to ResMed's other top-of-head hybrid mask, the AirFit F30i. There are only two differences. The first is that it has pillows for nasal breathing rather than holes that sit under your nostrils like a cradle-style mask. And the second is that it has a newer tech air diffuser on the front of the mask. I'll come on to the difference those changes make in just a minute, but first, let me talk about who this style of mask is for and why. As mentioned, the X30i is a hybrid pillow mask with a top-of-head connection. The hybrid style is used for users that breathe through both their nose and their mouth, but don't want a bulkier full-face mask that goes over the bridge of their nose, causing irritation and restricting your field of view. It also has this top-of-head swivel connection point, which is ideal for those that sleep on their side or their stomach, and for those that move around a lot at night. The reason is, because the tube can rotate freely at the connection, it doesn't twist or tangle when you toss and turn, unlike front-facing tubes, nor does it get pressed into the bed pillow. Like other premium top-of-head masks, the X30i has a quick release joint at the connection too, so you can just unclip the tube for bathroom breaks or other occasions where you need to get up or move around but you don't want to remove your mask. Side note, if your top-of-head connection elbow has cracked or if it's worn, you can't buy a replacement from ResMed. But don't worry, you don't have to fork out for a whole new headgear because RespShop has you covered. We have engineered our own elbow joint that works perfectly with the X30i and other ResMed masks, which you can buy exclusively on RespShop.com. Okay, now let's talk about the pillows on the X30i. This is one of the things that makes the X30i truly different from the F30i and other masks currently available on the market. When you buy the X30i, it will come with one of three headgear sizes: small, medium, or large. The small headgear comes with two sizes of pillows, small and medium, while the medium and large headgear come with three pillow options, small, medium, and large. Once you know what pillow size you want to use, you can push the pillows into the mask cushion, making sure that the arrows line up. The fit is easy and snug, and I haven't seen any complaints about leak issues at the joint, so kudos to ResMed on the design in this aspect. Now, in theory, pillow masks have a better seal than cradle masks. The reason seems obvious. In a pillow mask, the pillows go up into your nostril a short way and then they seal around the inside edge of your nostrils. Some can find this uncomfortable, especially to begin with, but that tends to lessen over time and the seal is generally unbeatable. Whereas with cradle masks, your nostrils rest over the holes in the cushion and the air passes through these holes into your nose, but the potential for air to leak is higher. Cradles are usually more comfortable, sure, but leaks can be a problem. Now, there's something about the way that the X30i is designed that means that the decision is not quite as simple as balancing seal against comfort. Most pillow masks are nasal masks that only cover the nose. This means that the straps apply pressure to the mask predominantly along the line from the nose to the top and back of the head. And this means that the tension pulls the pillows up and into your nostrils, securing them snugly into position. However, with the X30i, there are two problems. The first is that because the pillows are attached to a mask that goes over your mouth, the pillows will always be at a fixed distance from the base of your mask, which seals across your chin. So ResMed have to judge the mask size using average distances between a typical chin and nose. They also have to assume standard facial proportions so that the angles of the chin and nostrils are not too far out of typical alignment. Otherwise, the mask will need to lean backward or forward a bit to rest along your chin, and that might pull the pillows too far away from your nostrils or push them too far into them. All in all, this means that there are far more factors that have to be just right for the pillows to seal the way that they're intended to. And people with face shapes that deviate too much from this chosen design of ResMed often lose whatever seal advantages come with having pillows. The second problem comes back to what I said about the usual angle of tension for pillow masks. Ideally, you want the tension in the headgear to pull the pillows up and into the nose to keep them in place when high pressure air is running through them. But this angle is not possible if you also need that tension to keep a mask in place over your mouth. To keep the seal around your mouth firm, the tension needs to pull the mask back into your jaw so the cushion presses against your skin. The X30i does that by having straps at the base of the hybrid mask that then go along the back of your neck to pull the mask into your jaw and seal tight against your chin. But this angle of tension isn't great for pillows, because it doesn't pull them up and into your nostrils. The pillows are mainly placed rather than held inside of there. Now if you're lucky, this is fine, but it doesn't have the same strong pressure seal that you would get if there was more tension maintaining this seal upwards. All in all, despite the pillows, users regularly report that the X30i has no better seal than the F30i does. This does of course vary from person to person. And if you have tried the F30i and find that you have leak issues that specifically occur at the cradle that sits under your nose, then the X30i pillows might well be a big help. But unless you know that you have specific needs or problems, the X30i might be a disappointment if you thought that it would just fix all of your leak problems. The added quiet air diffuser on the front of the mask, however, does seem to be a clear improvement after significant testing. We measured a drop in the noise level of the X30i compared to similar top-of-head masks before the mask was even released, and 8 months later, this matches well from reports from users who noticed the mask is quieter than its competitors. And the airflow that comes from the front of the mask has been noticeably reduced from the F30i and other similar models too. So that's great news for any bed partners that otherwise feel the force of your exhalation. So if you liked the F30i but found it too noisy or windy, the X30i could well fix those problems for you, and hopefully without introducing any other problems. But it's certainly less of a guarantee than we first thought it would be when we released our last video. As for the other features of the mask, it's all the usual premium quality stuff we've come to expect from a clear market leader such as ResMed. Soft fabric covered headgear, flexible but strong 2-layer silicone tubing and cushion, magnetic clips on the straps, as well as the premium quality price tag of course. Especially when you factor in the recommended replacement schedule and cost of the consumables of this mask, the annual cost to keep up with the X30i is much higher than other options out there. To be honest, my opinion on this mask over the last 8 months hasn't changed all that much. I still think it could be a great mask for a certain sort of person, but that it certainly won't be for everyone, and the number of people who it's perfect for is less than what I did originally think. What we have learned over the time is that adding pillows to a hybrid mask isn't simple and it's not an automatic win. In fact, I would only recommend this mask to users with a certain set of needs and problems that the X30i is perfectly designed to cater for. If that's you, great, you've found your perfect mask. If you didn't have a mask like this before, you now do. But if that isn't you, or you're not sure, maybe go with something more middle of the road. Of course, you could always find out for yourself and try the X30i, or snoop around at other mask options that we have on RespShop.com, where you can get a mask under our 30-day mask guarantee program. Give it a try, and if it doesn't work for you, you can send it back within 30 days for a full store credit on your purchase to try a different one. So basically, we take the risk and you don't. And after $300 spent on our site, you'll even be a VIP. Good for you. And if you aren't sure what mask to try, give one of our friendly and qualified staff a call and they can help you select one that is probably right for you. And friends, I'm going to ask a favor from you. If you've used the X30i for a while now, get in the comments and let me know what you think of it. Have you found that your leak issues have been resolved, or are you back to kind of square one and have moved on to something else by now? I'd be interested to see what you have to say. But no matter if you're choosing the X30i or any other mask on RespShop, as always, sleep tight. Bye-bye for now.